How's it going? I love concept albums. I think they're quite unique in a sense by how they give a structure of what they want to do and then just try to do it. I don't quite get the differences between some albums and concept albums, but at least Google can fill me in on that, since I am, you know, quite a bit of an idiot sometimes, so I can't help that. But I've picked out a few that I find had quite a cool interest, that being in how it's done, what it's about, or just in general. So let's go through those. Now, to people who are friends with me, they'll know I actually love King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizards, and their discography is filled to the brim with concept albums. I picked out two of my personal favourites. Waters, which features 4 songs, 10 minutes and 10 seconds each, like it's a quarter of an album, and the cover is a quarter in a different style, which is really cool how they did that. And my personal favourite, Nonagon Infinity, which is like this album that just sounds like it's on a loop over and over again. Like even the songs blend into each other, so you don't know which song you're on until it changes from Nonagon Infinity, open the door, hey, open the answer, open the door, Nonagon Infinity, open the door. It's like, only Mr. B, and then Mr. B, and he's gone. Something like that. I don't recite the lyrics right up and I. That's not to say these are the only 2 concept albums I've done. There's also I'm in Your Mind Fuzz, which is about like mind control and stuff like that. And then Polygon Wallan? I think that's how you say it? I'm not too sure. This album, I'm gonna put it in anyway. They just gave it out for free, so like there's a download code on their website. You could even put it onto vinyl yourself, bootleg it. Because that's the entire point of the album. They want you just to bootleg the album, and they only ask for like a couple copies, so they at least get something out of it, which I find to be absolutely fair and a really good idea in general. The next album I want to talk about is Stum 433, which features 58 artists under the label Mute, which make a song that is 4 minutes and 33 seconds in length, and it's also called 4 minutes and 33 seconds, which features sounds of like field recordings and stuff like that. It's quite a weird compilation of songs, but it's cool to see, with features from Depeche Mode and New Order, with the standout being Michael Gira just counting from 1 to 4 minutes and 33 seconds, which just seems on brand because he also made Swans. Now, to one of my favourite artists, the Avalanches. They used to be like a big group of DJs, but now it's only 2 of them, so it's like the reverse of what happens to a group. They get bigger. Nah, we get shorter. But they made 3 albums, and the one that's significantly important to them is Since I Left You, which has so many samples, I swear to God, I don't know how the record label even managed to clear some of them, because they had no idea what they used for that album, so that's a myth. But the album features like these smooth integrations into each track, using some of the same samples and just fading them out, and it feels like you're just on this move, you're flowing through the sea, it's like you're on a journey. I absolutely love the idea. You go through like these paces and all that, and it just feels like a constant wave you're flying on. It's absolutely great. That's not to say their other albums, Wildflower and We Will Always Love You, are shit by any means. They're quite good, it's just not in the style of what this one did. Now this album is really important to me. It's Mad Villainy by MF Doom and Madlib, which they both have an alter ego on this album, which I'll get into later. But the album features like these audio cuts from cartoons of like them being like a villain and stuff like that, talking about hardcore hustles, as well as like the intro featuring the illest villains, which gives it an idea of what this album is going to be about. And not to mention MF Doom's insane verses on this album, even rhyming 5 whole lines together, and it's not one word, it's just a whole line. It's great. And then back onto the alter egos, where Madlib goes by the name of Quasimodo, has like a pitched up voice, and he drops like some cool lines in the song, and then MF Doom, who's rapping on the album, on the song Fancy Clown, uses his alter ego Victor Vaughn in a different style to rap about a girl that Victor Vaughn was dating, cheated on him with MF Doom. Like, how mad is that of a song? I don't get it, how he thought of that, it's so good. Now on to the last album. This one is quite important to music, I think, as a whole. It is by one of the most high regarded musicians of all time, David Bowie, and it's his final album, Black Star, which features him just facing his death forward, dying like a rock star, which sounds fitting as a guy with his history of all the albums he made, like Heroes, Low, Station to Station. It's so fitting. He just goes out with this and dying like a rock star, and it's well deserved. With the music video of Lazarus featuring two sides to the story, one where he's sat at his desk where you can see him overly act happy and then scared of the feelings he's putting down in his writing, and then a human side which is in a bed, showing that he's can't get out and stuff like that. And then the final scene, which is the most powerful, you witness David Bowie die in his bed, and then his creative side fight to stay alive before slowly creeping into a closet of darkness, showing that that's slowly disintegrated out. And it's just powerful to witness and show that even in his dying moment he wanted to die like a rock star and provide art in his final moment, and I've got to respect that so much. Now, to round out this video, I want to put in alter egos, just some I know off my top of my head, and some recommendations to other concept albums I think you'll like. To start off with the alter egos, we've got MF Doom, which has too many. Got King Ghidorah, which is like a mythical dragon, you can say. It's like a three-headed beast. And then you got Victor Vaughn, which I talked about earlier with Mad Villainy, which, if you want to check out his best album, Vaudeville Villain, please, I think it's amazing. And then you got Flying the Lotus, which is a very good producer. Went under for a bit of time the alias Captain Murphy and made Duality. Good luck finding it on streaming, by the way, it's not there. And if you want the vinyl of it, it costs a lot. Then another producer alter ego is Madlib, and he went under the name Quasimodo, which I talked with Victor Vaughn and MF Doom a bit ago. His style was like, he pitched up his voice so it sounded like he was a different person, as well as you can see him on the album Yes Sir Whatever and The Unseen, with his alter ego making an appearance on Freddie Gibbs' album Bandana, as you can see him riding on top of a zebra, which is like an indication of Freddie Gibbs, which I find pretty funny, and also a nod to Pinata as it featured a zebra pattern on the album. Now, some concept albums I recommend, I'll just run them over quite quickly. You've probably heard of them, you probably already listened to them, but hey ho, more recommendations, you never know. The Beatles' Revolver, it's just a great experimental album, I absolutely love it. They went daring in the production and it worked out wonderfully. Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon, I mean, come on, it's a classic, I can't really say much there. Sufjan Stevens, I think that's how you pronounce it, Illinois. It's a great folk album. I absolutely love the production of it, and I absolutely love some parts of it. It's just great, it feels grand. I think you'll love it too. Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City, which to me sounds like a soundtrack to a movie, a show, whatever. Like, the songs just sound like you're in like a movie. I can't put it anywhere else. If you haven't heard of it, please listen to Money Tree, and then you'll probably understand why I think that. And then the last one, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. His vocals on this album is really strong, and the beats over it is just mesmerising. That's all I can say about it. You have to give it a listen. Thank you for watching this video. I know I've kind of skipped out on posting like every week, as I kind of had some ideas and then I tried doing them and then went, nah, that ain't it chief, that sucks. So I thought this was a better idea in my opinion. I'm still waiting to do a vinyl collection show, which I want to do, show off the ones I have in my collection. I'm waiting a bit because I've got some coming in, and then I think that will probably help the experience be a bit better. I don't know. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, feel free to subscribe. If you didn't dislike it, that's fine. Leave a comment if you want to have a discussion or help me improve these videos. I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you on the dance floor. See ya.